All right, so we're talking with Nick Dunn here today. Nick Dunn's a student at BU, and Nick's kindly agreed to sit with me and just answer some questions, and I bet you're going to get a lot out of talking to him. So Nick, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I'm going to be a senior this year. I'm graduating in 2011, and my full degree will be a biomedical engineering major with a concentration in nanotechnology and a minor in electrical engineering.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So right now you're doing some student work in the in the summertime in nanotechnology.
Mm-hmm. Yep. In the fall, there's going to be a class called EC 481, which is sort of a intro to nano fundamentals of nanomaterials and nanotechnology. And so what we're doing right now is setting up some of the labs that we're going to be performing during the semester. And we actually just performed one on Wednesday with some high school students from the Upward Bound program, and it went really well. And it's sort of nanotechnology brought to the high school level, but these are the same labs that we're going to be doing in the fall with the college students. So
yeah, phenomenal.
Yeah.
So what was it that got you into thinking about nanotechnology or biomedical engineering?
Well, I've always been interested in science and math, and my grandpa was an engineer, so I always sort of considered that. And pretty much like the bio and math, biomedical engineering was a good intersection of the two, and sounded like a fun thing to do. And then the nanotechnology, I didn't get into that until my junior year, after seeing a poster up in sophomore year where they were just introducing the new concentration, because it just started this year. Wow. So I'll be one of the first people to graduate with it, which is pretty cool.
That's awesome. So, so where are you from?
New York, from Westchester. I am a Yankee fan. I was born in the Bronx, so...
That's not going to go over very well in this video.
Probably not.
You wanted to put that in anyway,
now
didn't you?
people are going to probably hate me, but...
Well, they might want to come to BU anyway, though. Yeah. So, did you shop at a lot of different schools before you came here?
Yeah, I had a pretty long list of schools that when I went around looking at different places, they all had biomedical engineering, or I pretty much didn't go. I've sort of been set on this for a while, and I think the main reason why I ended up at BU, it was the last school I looked at, was the location and the program. Mm-hmm. It's like a nice 3-hour drive. I don't have to fly. There's not really too much snow, so it's a nice. It's similar to New York in certain ways.
Yeah, and they have a better baseball team than New York too, don't they?
Some would beg to differ.
So when you were shopping around for schools and you were looking at BU, you know, the biomedical engineering program in particular, you know, did that, you know, look like something you really wanted to do?
Yeah. BU's the program's one of the top 10 in the country for like undergraduates, and it's very good. And there's a lot of resources being at a big university. It was one of the main reasons why I came here, because there's so many research opportunities through professors. There's just a lot going on in the Boston area. So yeah,
that's neat. So in high school, you said that you know, you liked math, you liked science. Mm-hmm. One of the things that we're, through the Teacher Research Experience Program, that we talk a lot about is what they call STEM, so science, technology, engineering, math. And I just wonder if you have any suggestions or advice for kids that are in high school right now, and you're thinking, you just have a suggestion for them if you're thinking about this kind of career, some questions that they might want to ask themselves.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but at the end of the day, it's the most self-satisfying thing. Because you know, you got it all done, you got through it. Really, being an engineer turns you into a workhorse, so you have to be ready for that. Don't go into it thinking that, I mean, unless you're like a superstar, most people have to work very hard at it to get through it, but it's rewarding, and there's sort of a nice safe feeling sort of going after college, because you can do so much with your engineering degree.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel good about the kinds of work that you see being done by people that you talk to here? Meaning, like, do you look forward in your career and you say, man, there's some really exciting options, and I can see wanting to do some of those?
Yeah, right now I'm coming in at a really great time, and even like the high school students going into college now, things are going to really start rolling, I think, with as far as the stuff that's going to be coming out of research right now. That's going to really start revolutionizing things and starting to take those leaps and bounds forwards. I think it's like the ball's about to start rolling pretty fast.
Like the nanotechnology ball.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I don't know if you want to say a few words, but you're the proud father of an organization here on campus that you just started. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. This past spring, I started Students for the Advancement of Nanotechnology, abbreviated SANT. It's a nice little name. And yeah, what we do is we have bi-weekly meetings where members read articles related to nanotechnology. Pretty much nanotechnology covers all fields of engineering, whether it's biomedical, mechanical, aerospace. So we have kids in electrical engineering. We have students from every major in our club. And yeah, so we read articles, we discuss them, we try and raise awareness, get people involved in it, and hopefully, that they choose to go into the nanotechnology concentration, which, like I said, it just started pretty much last year. So.
Mm-hmm. And you got to go to a conference for nanotechnology through your group, right?
Yeah. This past June we went to the Tech Connect Nanotechnology Conference, and it was in Anaheim, California, which is another nice thing about going to a large school, where we sort of set up this group and worked hard getting kids to come out, and now the concentration numbers have actually gone up a lot from us starting the group and really pushing students to go into it. So we raised enough money for me and 3 other of my executive board, so pretty much all my friends, to go to we flew into LAX. That was all covered by BU. We stayed at a hotel, that was all covered. Our conference fee was all covered. Mm-hmm. So it's one thing to definitely consider is if you want to do sort of bigger things while you're at school, you want to make sure that the school you're going to can actually do that. Because a lot of schools, they can't afford certain lab equipment, so you wouldn't have certain opportunities everywhere. And then some schools just don't have the funding for student organizations like that.
Sure. Sure. Is there anything else you think you want to add that we forgot?
I don't know. Maybe if you're good at math and sciences, and if you're sort of getting tired of it, and maybe thinking about just being done with it, I'd say stick with it, because if you've worked that hard to sort of get to that level in the math and science, there's a lot of fun stuff that goes on with engineering that I think people don't always consider it. Or they may be in these math classes, but they don't like how hard they have to work at it, or they just want to be done with it. I really think it's unfortunate, because I had a lot of friends who were better at math than I was in high school, and they went off and became English majors. Not that there's anything wrong with English majors, but I always try and, if you're good at math and science, I think you should be an engineer.
Yeah, you feel like
or involved in the sciences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you feel like you're going to be able to make a difference when you get out.
I hope so, in some way.
I would say. All right. Nick Dunn, thanks an awful lot for taking time.
Thank you.
Pleasure to talk with you.